All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the chat. You know I'm messing with you, Terence Crawford fans, man. You know I'm messing with you this morning. Just had to put that in the title, man. That he's ducking Jaron Ennis, man, because y'all getting on my nerves, man. So just know I put that title to mess with y'all because I knew it would irritate you. But we all gonna be friends at the end of the day. But we all gonna talk about this. We all gonna talk about this boxing, bro. My man, Adrian Vin in the building. What's going on this morning, man? I hope you're doing well. All of that good stuff. My man, Dwayne Jones in the building said, blessings up from the mighty ATL, brother Martin, man. Shout out to the mighty Atlanta, man. Mr. Billings in the building, man. What's happening, man? Said, Bud can't duck Jaron because he's not as mandatory. Mean Machine was. Ennis was Spence's mandatory, and he's not fighting him. He's ducking his mandatory and fighting. Ooh, guys, let me tell you something, man. That is not his mandatory, homie. Sorry. Jaron Ennis is not Errol Spence Jr.'s mandatory, man. It's not his mandatory. That is not true. In fact, Errol Spence Jr.'s mandatory, who was a guy named Kurtadio Abukarov, just lost. That does not make Jaron Ennis mandatory. I know you guys wanted to jump all on top of that and call him his mandatory so that you can say he needs to fight him and he's ducking him, but that's just not true, bro. And hey, man, he's a good young fighter. Why can't Terence ain't got nobody to fight? Go and pick that young man off, man. But nah, man, he can duck him though. He can duck him. If Errol is ducking him, so is Terence Crawford. Because do you know who's ranked more highly in their sanctioning body? Jaron Ennis is ranked more highly in the WBO than he is in the IBF. So actually, he's closer to being number one he's higher ranked for Bud than he is for Errol Spence. So nah, man. But I do want to talk about some other stuff today, man. I want to talk about Gary Russell Jr. I hope that Leon Muhammad, shout out to Mr. Muhammad, Mr. Leon Muhammad, I certainly hope he's telling the truth about that Gary Russell Jr. Gervonta Tank Davis fight, because I think that would definitely work for me, man. Mr. M Pride in the building, what's going on, man? Absolutely, we're going to unpack it, man. Make sure y'all ask me anything y'all want to ask, man. We can take the conversation different places and all that good stuff. You know the routine. Excuse me. Black Fonz in the building say, good morning, fam. Let's talk this boxing. Yeah, hit that like button on your way in. Mike Kirkland, what's good, man? Always a big supporter of the channel. What's going on, Mike? Calvin Johnson in the building. Ghost long live Stilo. Salute to you, brother. Be easy, man. I got your email this morning. Shout out, man. I'm going to check out that video. Thank you very much, sir. I knew that was going on. Like I knew about that. But I don't know, man. I think you know what it is, man. The videos, we talk about the stuff and all that good stuff, but we'll see what happens, man. I said for a long time ago that I thought that Tyson Fury is probably going to vacate that belt, because he's not the type of guy that's just going to be told who he's got to fight. And they probably going to try to find a way to make some more money than fighting Dillian White. Because Dillian White is going to cost money, number one, and Tyson Fury, it ain't no guarantee that his fights are going to make that much money, man. They're really trying to sell Tyson Fury, but, Tyson Fury there's no rival for Tyson Fury. So if there's no rival, who's really going to be paying for his fight? I know there's a lot of people that he's selling his story, and he's definitely earned the right to be called the best heavyweight. But I don't know if he's any more appealing to boxing fans in general than Vladimir Klitschko was. So, definitely not American boxing fans. Nobody's clamoring for who's Tyson Fury going to fight next or any of that stuff. That's not in it, man. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button for me, man. We got, hold on, man. I'm way behind on hitting this. We got 139 people in the building. We only got 46 likes, man. Hit that like button as you come in the door, man. My man said, Ghost Long Live Stilo said, Jaron versus Virgil is the fight that we need. Yeah, man. But let me talk, before I do that, man, let me talk a little bit more about that, about the Deontay Wilder, about the Tyson Fury thing. And this is not a shot on Tyson Fury. It really isn't, man. Like, for me, everything with Tyson Fury is water under the bridge. You know what I mean? It's like, he ain't any dirtier fighter than I know he can be a dirty fighter. I know that, right? So, but at the same time, I'm not going to linger. I'm not going to linger on that. He had a fair fight with Deontay Wilder. He won that fight. Deontay Wilder got his pound of flesh in it, and wound up looking like a champion and really, shining off of that. Those guys made a lot of money together. So, I don't have any lingering hard feelings for Tyson Fury. I respect Tyson Fury and the skill set that he has. However, Tyson Fury is not some guy that is really appealing to a lot of boxing fans. And that's just, he's got a quirky personality and he can crack jokes and all that. And the media is behind him. But, if he fights Dillian White, Dillian White's going to want to get paid. Dillian White's going to want to get paid well for fighting Tyson Fury, right? So where's the money going to come from? Tyson Fury ain't trying to give him but about 80-20 with him, because Bob Arum ain't giving that dude a lot of money, for that fight. So I would suspect that those guys might very well drop that belt. Very well may drop that belt, because what Bob Arum said was that he was going to, that they'll defend the lineal title and they will defend the ring title, right? So he'll be walking in there with belts that aren't with the sanctioning body. But so, that's kind of where I think. Now, will Deontay Wilder fight Dillian White? Man, I don't think so, man. I really don't think so, man. The last that I heard coming out of his mouth is like, man, I pretty much proved everything that I needed to prove in boxing, And I think that would kind of be a buzzkill for a guy like that, for Tyson Fury to fight, to drop the belt. He goes and beats Dillian White, so he's the WBC champion. But where does that take Deontay, right? With just getting the WBC belt back after Tyson Fury drops it. You know what I mean? Everybody would still know that he lost to Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? I think if he's going to come back, he'd probably come back, and number one, give himself a little bit of time, let the whole thing kind of play out, right? And then put himself in a position where if he's going to win a belt, he's going to win a belt because that can prove that he's the best heavyweight. However that comes about, if that's what he wants to do. But yeah, man, I listened to that whole conversation. I watched that whole conversation, and I'm just kind of sitting back and seeing what's happening with Deontay. Honestly, man, I think Deontay really should consider retirement, right? I mean, he's done a lot, man. He took a lot of punishment in those last two fights, man. A lot of punishment. And, if his can is dented, he needed to either give it time, let it rest, heal up all the way, give yourself a nice long layoff or whatever, and work out, work on whatever you're going to work on, come back against somebody that is, an easy fight, man. Easy fight, easy payday. Anyway, so that's what I think, man. My man, DH in the building. What's going on with your brother? Good morning, Fanon. Blessings to you and your family. Toledo, Ohio in the chat. Keep the facts coming, brother. Absolutely, man. And shout out to the best young prospect in boxing out of the great city of Toledo, Ohio. My man, Jared Anderson. You know who he does it. I can't wait for that young man to come up, and get these fights, bro. Shotty Mack in the building says, Sean, Crawford fans are delusional. Yeah, they are a little bit bananas, but a lot of them aren't really. A lot of them really aren't. A lot of these Terence guys that are saying they're Terence Crawford fans are not really Terence Crawford fans. They're just hating on the PBC. You just got to call them for what they are, bro. They're hating on the PBC. They're on the other side of the tracks. You know how Errol Spence said the other side of the street? The more proper term would be on the other side of the tracks. We live on one side of the track. They live on the other side of the track. And they always live in saying you live on the wrong side of the tracks. So those type of people, man, like this journalist named Mr. Mike. I'm just going to say your name is Mike. Man, you cannot help but be a racist, huh? Cannot help it. Cannot help it in talking about Gervonta. You can't help yourself, can you? Some people think that pay-per-views are just, you're successful just because you have a pay-per-view, no matter how many people buy the pay-per-view. Nah, man, they think the man's successful because he sold out the Staples Center, man. He sold out the Staples Center. The whole place was crowded. He's selling out arenas, man. What else you want to do? Tank sells out arena. My man Joe said, Tank, don't duck. Tank from B More seen he's seen bigger monsters than Gary. Oh, you say yeah. He's seen them. Does he fought him though? Let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? He's seen him, but has he fought him? Let's make it happen. I'm calling out little Tank, man. Give Gary that fight, man. Give Gary that fight. Be the first person to do a job on Gary Russell Jr. It'll be an exciting fight because I'm telling you, man, Gary Russell Jr. don't put on boring fights, man. He don't put that. Those dudes gonna be banging in that fight. There's gonna be some banging going on in that fight, man. I'm telling you. And that would be a great way. And if he beats Gary Russell Jr., he deserves it, bro. Ramen, what's going on, man? Ramen Turner in the building. What's going on, man? Top of the top to you as well, brother. Texas OG in the building. What's happening? Davis versus Russell is a fight I'm excited to see, man. Exactly, man. They need to get that done. Mayweather Promotions, if you're listening, man, I'm a big supporter of Mayweather Promotions. I'm not doing the videos about you. See, I ain't do the hating videos on you, brother. So, hey, man, so cut me a little slack, man, and let me get that fight. You know what I mean? Quincy Carter in the building. What's going on, brother? How you feeling? Be Easy said, do you think Wilder will stay around for one more fight if it's White? No, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I do not think that Dillian White excites him, man. I don't think it excites him. And on top of it, man, you know, I just think that I just don't see it. And there's another thing, bro. I saw a tweet, what do you call it? It was like from Tay Jones. Tay Jones, who I got a lot of respect for, is definitely Team Bomb Squad all the way. And he said something in a tweet about how, you know, people were telling lies about certain fighters, right? And then he says something about, I guess it's all for views, whatever. Now, I don't know what he was talking about for sure, but when it comes from Tay Jones, I start thinking, okay, maybe he's talking about something people are saying about Deontay Wilder. And obviously, there's been a lot of videos out that came out talking about Deontay Wilder fighting Dillian White next because Tyson Fury may drop out. So maybe they're saying that, you know, he's saying that's not true, because I don't know who else Tay would speak that strongly about. So it just kind of made me think, I don't know, man. I don't know. Ghost said Deontay Wilder versus Dillian White for the WBC. Let's make Wilder versus Usyk next. The king still Deontay the face of boxing and the best heavyweight. That's what's up. Ride with your boy till the wheels fall off. And when the wheels fall off, put the wheels back on. You know? My man 50 Bands in the building. What's going on? Said Tyson needs Wilder or he's a nobody over here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is, bro. That's pretty much what it is. Like over here in the United States, it's just not, the money's not there, man. It's not a big money fighter over here. And I don't really know how big a fighter he is over there. Yeah, man, my man, Texas OG say, pimp slap that like button, man. Yeah, come on, man. Do me dirty, man. Don't do me dirty, man. I've been trying. I'm going to slide down to the end of the conversation just so I can stay up to date and God don't get, hey. Good morning. How are you this morning, Marjorie? Nice to see you. You come by the chat every once in a while, and it's always pleasant to see your face. Hope you're doing well. Bevo Boxing in the building said, Martin, what's up, brother? Merry Christmas. Looking forward to Tank Russell. This will let us know if Tank is real. Absolutely. No doubt about it. My man, the light-skinned, the infamous light-skinned Mike Biggs Boxing in the building. What's going on, brother? How you feeling this morning? I'm going to slide all the way down to the end so that we can get some of the more fresh things, because I know I was going slow. But yeah, man, back to the original title of the deal. Look, man, what's good for the goose? What's going on, Icy the package? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you guys say that Errol needs to fight Jaron Ennis, then Bud needs to fight Jaron Ennis. It's just that simple. They're both champions. Jaron Ennis is ranked high in the top 3 of both of their sanctioning bodies. And Bud ain't got to fight. So since Bud ain't got to fight, just go beat up that little kid from Philadelphia real quick. Just go ahead and get him. Just go ahead and get him real quick. Make it easy money. Pick him up, drop him off. You know, do it like that, and we'll be good, right? Since what's good for the goose is what's good for the gander. Draper Rice said, Fanan, what do you think about Boots versus Crawford? I like it, even though I think it's obviously a little bit early for the fight. I think it's a little early for the fight, but I like it, man. I would love if I would be jumping up and down for joy if they made that fight. Jumping up and down for joy, because I think Boots is ready for it, bro. You know what I mean? Moritz Zulu. Let me tell you something, Moritz Zulu. Before I even get into what you're saying, when you tell me what I said, when I'm sitting right here, that is a warning sign. More than likely, you're not going to be right. You said that Ennis doesn't need to fight Spence because it might ruin his career. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say he doesn't need to fight Spence because it may ruin his career. What I said was, and see, I would appreciate if you asked me what I think and not tell me what I said. What I said was that Jaron Ennis may decide to take a slower route. He may, because none of those other guys, other than Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, are going to beat him. So he may just say, hey, let me just take a little bit slower route, let those guys finish what they're doing, and I will take another fight, and then I'll take that win. I'll take the winner. Or whoever winds up cleaning up that division, that's the guy that I'm going to get. That's the guy that I'm going to get because, he may decide that he may not. Now, I did say this. I did say that there are times when young fighters look really, really good, and they beat off, and they beat themselves, early because they go and they fight somebody a little too early when they're a little green, and they wind up not being ready for it. A perfect example of that is a guy named Erickson Lubin, who's at 154 pounds. When he fought Jermell Charlo, he bit off a little bit more than he can chew a little too quickly, right? And he winds up getting caught with an uppercut from a more seasoned guy that knew his patterns and timed that uppercut nasty, right? And he got knocked out. Now he's building himself back up. But Maurice Zulu, I'd appreciate it if you just ask me what I think and don't tell me what I said. Because when you talk for 2.5 hours every day about boxing, because that's what we do on this morning live show, that's what we do. So, yeah, that's what I said. Larry Smith said Bud will embarrass Boots and Spence and will KO Boots. Man, I think you're tripping. I think it'll be a good fight, man. I don't think he's that much better than those guys. I'm telling you, man, Bud be living on borrowed time, man. I'm telling you. Bud lives on borrowed time with them knockouts. What happens when you don't get it? I'm telling you, man, he goes down on them scorecards, man. Them scorecards are good. I'm telling you, the scorecards are going to be the downfall of that dude. The scorecard. Because he gives up a lot of rounds, man. I'm telling you. Mike Kirkland in the building, man. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you so much. He said, has boxing ever had this many over 30s? I don't know, man. That'd be a good look. But that'd be a good look to check it out. I can't say, man. I'm sure there have been, though. I'm sure there's always been fighters in their 30s. Yeah, absolutely, man. But, it was at an earlier time, the champions were a little bit, in their 20s and 30s. But, I think there's always been guys that were fighting in their 30s. In the 70s, there were guys in there that fought to their 30s. The thing that is kind of funny, though, is these Eastern Europeans that come in and don't start fighting at all until they're like 28, 29. I think you do find more cases now where guys, or at least I can't say more. There seems to be a lot of people they don't turn pro until their mid-20s and, start boxing a little bit later and then, in their mid-20s or whatever. But that was the case, too. I think Ernie Shavers, started boxing early, started boxing late, right? Bernard Hopkins started boxing late. I don't think it's unheard of, man. My man Giovanni Walker in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, bro. Thank you. And also, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We got 344 people in the building. Please make sure you press the like button. And also, hold on one second, man. Oh, actually, you know what? I can't do this. I got to get a new program because the deal's changed. So I got to hold up. Ernie, yeah, there you go. Ernie Shavers started boxing at 23. Bernard at 19 or 20, I think. You're right. We had that in past too. Yeah, it's happened. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. You know what I mean? Y'all sleeping on Philly. Chin, you sleeping on the Philly chin. We fight for real. Hey man, I'm telling you, man, anybody don't think, dude, I'm riding with Boots, man. I'm telling you 100%, man. I'm riding with Boots, man. And I can't wait for this younger generation of fighters to come up, man, because they done talk their situations. They done talk themselves into situations where they have to fight. No joke. I'm telling you, they have to fight. I'm looking for he who will not be named to move up to 140 pounds and fight that kid from DC. Fight Gary Russell from DC. I can't wait. Soon as he hit 140, I'm telling you, I'm making a video about that. I'm calling him because I got Gary Russell. I got the Russells numbers. I know how to get in contact with the Russells. I don't do it because I'm unbiased. You know what I'm saying? I try to call it like I see it. But I swear, as soon as he who must not be named goes to 140 pounds, bro, Gary Antoine Russell needs to call him out, need to go to his front door with a videotape and bang on the door. Boom. Hey, you say you want a Gary Russell, fight me. Fight me. Fight me. He need to do all of that. Because then I'm going to hear, because you know what I'm going to hear after that? Oh, he don't deserve to fight. I can't wait. Because, I hope they do that. Just so I can catch you hypocrites. Catch you hypocrites, bro. He says, oh, yeah, I saw you. Jaguar, ENT, Spence going to fight Crawford when he's old. Can I ask you a question, brother? How old is Errol Spence? What's Errol, like 32? How old is Errol? Let me look at Errol. Errol Spence has got to be at least 31 years old, bro. He's got to be at least 31. Yeah, exactly. He turns 32. He turns 32 on March 3rd. Bud is 34. Where do you guys come with this? Errol is going to be 32. Bud just turned 34. There's 2 years difference between the two of those guys. 2 years. Where's this aging out nonsense coming from? He's not 24, bro. He's not 24 years old. He's not 28 years old. He's 31 years old. He'll be 32 in 3 months. 32 in 3 months. Bud is 34. 32 and 34. What's this age? Do you guys think when you say these things, they're the same? They're basically the same age, man. They're basically the same age. I know y'all don't like that though. Yes, we do. Philly goes hard. Who's Philly? Yeah. Philly got great fighters, bro. Mr. M Pride said Bud is not going to give rounds to Errol. Bud only gave rounds to a fighter he knows that he can KO. Bud would box to win. Bro, I'm telling you, no, he's not. He's going to get him rounds up. He's going to get him rounds up. He's going to give them rounds up. He's not even going to give them up. He's going to get the rounds taken. Because Errol Spence Jr. is going to be aggressive. He's going to throw punches. He is coming forward. It is very difficult to win rounds against him unless you're battling with him. If you're battling with him and you're throwing and exchanging and all that, then you may be able to win rounds. But, you could lose the war. No, he's going to give up rounds in my opinion. In my opinion, I do believe he's definitely going to give up a lot of rounds. Hey, man, we got 400 people in the building, man. We only got 171 likes. Would y'all mind, please, hitting up the likes? Errol is 31. He turns 32 in March. What's his name? Terence Crawford just turned 34 in September. So for the most of the year, they're 3 years apart. They're like 2.5 years apart. It's really not that far, bro. J-To says Spence has no power, but we never seen him get walked down. You ain't seen him fight nobody. Dog, man, come on, man. Oh, he who must not be named has not fought anybody of note, man. He ain't fought anybody his own size yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. He's not even fought anybody his own size yet. Think about it. I got to relax on that. Hey, Be Easy said Pac-Man fans showed that straw man argument that Floyd was aging Pacquiao out when Floyd was older. Exactly, man. You remember that? They'd be like, yeah, man, he's aging Manny Pacquiao out. Man, he's older than the guy. How's he aging him out? Well, he's not right. He's not what he was before. Oh, so let me get this right. You say that Terence, so Errol Spence Jr. is aging him out. You want to, but because he's too old. But Errol was, Floyd was older, and so at the age that he is now, that Manny Pacquiao was, he was 2 years ago. So obviously what they wanted is they wanted a young Manny Pacquiao to fight an old Floyd Mayweather Jr. They didn't want an old Floyd to fight an old Manny. They wanted an old Manny to fight an old Floyd. They wanted an old Floyd to fight a young Manny. Like, man, they wild with it, bro. They wild with it, man. Still strap season all day. Absolutely, man. Mike Kirkland in the building, man. Much love in that super chat, bro. Regis Prograis versus Haney at 140. Regis Prograis would be the absolute proving ground for Devin Haney at 140 pounds. Absolute proving ground right there. If Devin Haney can beat Regis Prograis at 140, I'll believe him. Because Regis Prograis coming with that heat the whole fight. But I don't know who would win that. I think probably I might lean towards Devin Haney in that. I'll give Devin Haney his respect on that one. Damn, he who must not be named. Somebody didn't like me giving him the Lord Voldemort, man, because I'm telling you, man, y'all, them Haney fans get on my nerves, bro. You can't say boo without being biased. And there's a certain Haney fan in particular. I was like, if you don't shut your ass up, you don't shut your behind up. Excuse my language. Ryman Turner said, at this point, Spence is not going to fight Crawford because us has fans says it's okay for him to fight these other fighters. Errol ain't listening to that. I don't even get that. At this point, Spence is not going to fight Crawford because us as fans say it's okay for him to fight other guys. You guys say it's okay for Terence to fight other guys. So you can put that on Terence too. Much love in that super chat. Terence ain't fought him. Dude, it takes two to tango, man. You can't have it both ways. We as fans say it's okay for him to fight another champion because it is okay. Why wouldn't it be okay? If it was okay for Terence Crawford to go and fight Jeff Horn and not get in the IBF mandatory, not become the IBF mandatory, then why isn't it okay for Errol to fight another champion? See, that's what I'm telling you. You guys that try to support Terence Crawford, you guys got to find a way to not do it and be a hypocrite at the same time. If it's not about the belts, then Bud did not have to fight Jeff Horn. If all Bud wanted to do was go up and fight at 147 pounds and his whole purpose was to fight Errol Spence Jr., then he could have went the IBF mandatory route or the WBA mandatory route or the WBC mandatory route. He could have went any of those routes and got after a PBC fighter. But specifically when he came in, he could have went the IBF route. But he chose to fight Jeff Horn because he got a belt. Oh, but I understand. What's the worst? Well, Errol told him to. Like Bud is doing anything Errol tells him to do. Bud did that because Bud wanted to do that. And because Top Rank set that up. And he could come right in and get a championship fight in his first fight. So if Terence can do that, why can't Errol fight for the WBA 3-belt unification? Seriously, man, you guys aren't even being honest. Like, this is my point. You don't even believe that yourself, Ramen. There's no way you believe that. Because ain't no way you would say that if that was Terence. Y'all just hate on Errol. That's just all that is, man. Y'all hate on Errol. That's hate. When you just have a completely different standard for him than you have for the other guy. A-Gen in the building. Much love in that super chat, brother. And A-Gen D-Town. Much love in that super chat, bro. Decafs don't understand basic business practices. That's why they think Spence and Crawford is a 50-50 fight. Boots looks good because he hadn't fought anybody. Nah, he look good because he looks good, bro. There's a whole lot of... You think he's going to look bad? You think he's going to look bad? I agree with the first part. But they don't care. It's anything. Errol don't deserve nothing. It's because he's a PBC fighter, I'm telling you. All the PBC all the PBC pay-per-views fail. If it's a PBC pay-per-view that doesn't fail, they just act like it's not a PBC pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Everything with the PBC is bad to those guys. Everything. You're not going to hear, like, for example, Steve Kim. You're not going to hear Steve Kim say anything positive about the PBC or any fighter in there. Dan Rayfield, you will very rarely, if ever, hear him say anything positive about anything going on over there. They do not, because Al Heyman does not give interviews. Al Heyman does not buddy up to them. Al Heyman is not playing the game with them. So they're not getting special perks at the Boxing Writers Association of America or any of that stuff. That's what I attribute it to. But Boots looks good because Boots can fight, man. Boots looks good because Boots can fight. Now, if he fights somebody more difficult, we'll see. I'm thinking at a certain point in time, he's going to have a harder time, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me roll down a little bit, man, because we got the super chats. I don't want to miss them because I definitely run way behind my man Ramen Turner in that building. I already beat you. I already got you. I like that point, but the reason Bud went to fight Horn because Spence told him, no, he did not. Ain't no way in the world Bud listened to. He went for the WB because Errol told him to. Then tell him to take the 70-30 that Errol tells him to take. If Bud is in the business of doing what Errol tells him to do because Errol told him to do it, tell him to take that money. Errol told him, hey, you're going to take, okay, I want that fight, so I'll take 60-40. Why would he do that because Errol told him to do it? Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Stop. That's nonsensical right there. That's what you call nonsensical. IFBB Pro to Icy Package. If Crawford faces Spence, I think they should agree to a trilogy if the first fight is competitive. Much love in that super chat, bro. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad. They'll make it. They'll make a lot of money in it. No doubt about it. Much love, Ock, and Bud is a duck, period. I mean, Bud ain't ducking now. I'm not on board with them. I'm going to roll down here towards the end of the chat. Make sure I don't get behind, man. Make sure y'all hit them likes. Look, man, life of Sean said, Fanon, stop making sense. Yeah, it's tough, ain't it? Like, the idea that Bud is doing something because Errol told him to do it. Are you serious? Yeah, he did it because Errol told him. Well, take that money then. Errol's telling him to take 20, 80-20. You think Bud's going to jump and do that? Come on, man. You know what it is. No Ortiz in that super chat, bro. Much love in that super chat, brother. Mickey Mirror said, you are behind, man. Hey, man, it happens, man. There's a lot of comments in the comment section. No Ortiz said, if Tank does fight Gary Russell next year, do you think he has a fight before then? Or is that most likely his next fight? I think it would be most likely his next fight. Oh, I don't know, man. He may come back quick, but he got that hand injury. So I think, and he fought, what did he fight, 3 times last year? Let me see how many times. He was a busy boy last year. Hold on, let me look up Gervonta Davis, man. Gervonta Davis has been very, very active. Very active. Hold on, let me see. Did he fight 3 times last year or 2 times? He fights a lot, I'll tell you that. In 2021, no, he basically fought 3 times in a year because he fought in basically October 31st, June 26th, and then in December. So he fought 3 times. He fought 3 times in 13 months. 3 times in 13 months. So he's very, very active. What is that? 6 months. And that, yes, I don't know, man, 6 months. He'll probably fight 6 months. So I think Gary may have a quick turnaround, bro. Why y'all make fake narratives and act like it's fact? EJ ran from Bud's fight there because what are you talking about? You literally just did what you said you accused somebody else of doing. I can't even listen to that. EJ, hold on, man. Cooking with CR Sr. Why y'all make false narratives and act like it's fact? And then you do that's exactly what you just did in your next sentence. EJ ran from Bud fight. When did he run from a Bud fight? When did he run from a Bud fight? And Boots, he literally paid someone else so he didn't have to fight him. What do you mean? Who did he pay so he didn't have to fight Boots? Boots is not a mandatory. Boots is not mandatory. Boots is not the mandatory. He's not the mandatory. Abu Karev lost a week ago, man. He is not the mandatory. There's never been a fight ordered by the IBF between Jaron Ennis and Errol Spence. That is not true. Cooking with CR Senior, CER Senior 00. That is not true. Nothing that you said was true. AJ ran from Bud. Where'd he go to? Because he's fighting for another belt? Where's Bud going to? Man, I'm telling you, man, y'all are just people. Y'all y'all Arrow haters, bro. Another Arrow hater pops out there. Y'all just hating on Arrow, man. That's all that is. You can't make any sense of what you guys are talking about. I mean, for real, it doesn't make sense. Hey, look, man, we got 519 people in the building, 266 likes, man. Make sure y'all hit them likes up, man. Nah, man, honestly, dude, I don't think they're Bud fans. Bud fans got more sense than that. I've talked to Bud fans are logical. Real Bud fans may talk about who they think is going to win the fight, but they're not going to say these type of things, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think, hey, CR said he paid step-aside money so he didn't have to fight Bud or Boots. No, he didn't. He paid step-aside money. First of all, Ugas paid the step-aside money. Ugas paid the step-aside money. How did Arrow pay the step-aside money? Ugas paid the step-aside money because it was Ugas's mandatory, not Arrow's. What do you mean? Errol didn't have the guy step aside. Ugas had him step aside. Blame Ugas. Ugas was the guy mandated to fight Stanosis, not Errol. How are you going to put it on Errol that step aside money was paid? The person that pays the step aside money is usually the person that's asking you to step aside. Pretty amazing how you put that on Errol, and that's not even his mandatory. Stanosis was Ugas's mandatory. And Ugas was the one petitioning not to fight him. Ugas, not Errol, Ugas. Ugas is the champion that wants to fight somebody else. So that champion has a mandatory. That mandatory got paid step aside from the champion. Now, that champion is in the same organization as Errol, but if Ugas didn't want to step aside, Ugas wouldn't have had him step aside. Man, I'm telling you, you guys just make stuff up, man. And I've heard that, seriously, I've heard you guys say that a lot. Errol paid step aside money. How do you know Errol paid it? That's not his mandatory. That's Ugas's mandatory. Errol wasn't in the, you've never heard Errol ask Ugas to have him step aside. You heard Ugas asking the WBA. Ugas petitioning the WBA. Ugas negotiating for that step aside. But it's mighty convenient for you to say it's Errol when everything points to Ugas having had paid that step aside. You guys, what are you talking about? You just make stuff up, man. You know what I mean? So like if Anthony Joshua were to step aside, who do you think is going to have him step aside? Usyk. Usyk is the champ. Usyk has to not want that fight. Usyk. They're not just going to come from left field and say, oh, okay, yeah. Ugas has to want out of the fight. And you know Ugas wanted out of the fight. Y'all just make stuff up, bro. No joke. I said EJ versus Bud, top 15 most hyped and anticipated match of all time. Nah, not that big, but it's big. It's big, bro. Oh, my bad. Pronounced AG in D-Town, meaning Dallas. I give you a sub and truly believe you are one of the top vloggers. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, AG and D-Town. Much love, man. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. Seriously, man, you guys just say anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just make stuff up, bro. Hey, Fahim says, for not, I'm done with this channel. You make too much sense. I mean, seriously, am I missing something? Like, you guys, they keep saying that Errol paid step-aside money when it wasn't his mandatory. And he wasn't the one asking to get out of the fight. Ugas was asking the entire time. Ugas petitioned them 3 times to get out of that fight. Ugas did. But it's Errol that stepped aside. It's Errol that paid the step-aside money. It wasn't, you know who? Oh, and guess who is Ugas's advisor? Al Heyman. So Al Heyman and those guys have the money. I guess if Fanon is missing the cap, these buds found it. What are you talking about? Is missing the cap. What do you mean I'm missing the cap? I'm just saying, man, dude, you guys just make shit. You guys just make stuff up, man. You know what I'm saying? You just make stuff up, bro. Yeah. Oh, Errol paid step-aside money to Steniosis. Man, wow. Where do you get that from? You know what I'm saying? Oh, the reason that Bud fought for the WBO is because Errol told him to. I know what cap means to lie. You saying I can't find the lies? They're finding the lies. They're finding my lies. Hey, clarify, man, because I don't know. You telling me, dude, you guys use that cap real funny, bro. Demo, my bad. Demo said I missed the super chat. Hold on, man. Let me roll back. Okay. I got my man Thomas Davis in the man. Thank you so much, Thomas Davis. Man, let me roll back here, man. Y'all are wild boys, man. I swear to God. Demo in the building. Gary Lomachenko rematch. Lil Gary Boots rematch. Oh yeah, those would be nice. But Gary ain't never gonna fight Lomachenko, man. He's never gonna get that fight. But I'm gonna tell you, man. Who gave Lomachenko a better fight? Gary Russell Jr. or Richard Comey? Gary Russell Jr. or Nakatani? Gary Russell Jr. or Jorge Linares? Gary Russell Jr. or Jose Pedraza? You know what I mean? Like, dude, Gary Russell Jr. gave Lomachenko a better fight than all those lightweights did, man. Y'all don't lunch on that little Gary. Trying to tell you, they be lunching on him, man. Gary Boots rematch, yeah, that need to happen, man. In the pros, that needs to happen, bro. But you know what it is. They ain't gonna make that happen for a while. You may gotta come up a little bit more, man. Let me roll down slowly so I don't miss a super chat, bro. Oh, Alonzo Hayes said, hey, Fanon, do I watch? Nah, I never get a chance to, man. I never get a chance to. And I'm definitely not gonna comment on his videos. Okay, so I don't do all that, bro. I'm not gonna do all that, man. He does his thing, I do my thing, man. And God bless him. You know? Okay, I got that. Hey, said Hunter Young said, I paid Staniosis step-aside money to fight Jackie Chan, and that's a fact. Exactly, bro. Cook said, Errol been lying the whole time. That's what you're missing. He said, Bud, get to the division. Then he said, get a belt, and I will fight him. Man, let me tell you something, man. Stop. Get a belt, and I'll fight him next. He said next. Or are you throwing that word next in there? They're having an argument when the guys at 140s, man, just get a belt, man. Whatever, move up to 140, and I ain't talking to you. Get a belt. Get a belt at 140, man, and we'll talk about it. Man, get out of here, man. Yo, you know what a dude could be? You try to hold that man responsible for your interpretations of stuff he says, offhanded comments, and then try to act like this man signed a contract or something. Bud said he wasn't interested in the fight at all. And you guys seem to, like, understand what that's about. You a Bud, hey, you're an Arrow hater. I see I'm going to turn it on y'all. Y'all Arrow haters. That's all. Y'all are just a bunch of PBC haters. I get it. I get it now, bro. You're not really, you want to pick somebody, Errol is walking into a bathroom in a hotel room. Somebody jabs a mic in his face. And he said, man, tell that dude to get a belt first. Man, tell that dude to get a belt first, man. Now, can I go use the bathroom? And then all of a sudden, you acting like this man signed a contract. And, oh, man, well, what you said was, man, get out of here, bro. You know the deal. He's got 3 belts. He's fighting Yordenis Ugas for a major championship belt. This is boxing. They are fighting for championships. He is fighting somebody that is a champion. Bud is not. You know who the last champion Bud fought was? Jeff Horn, years ago. Errol is fighting champions. Bud is not. At all. You can say, oh, that's because Errol's running. He's not fighting any other champions. Is he? Has he? Let me check the record real quick. Let me make sure. Let me see when the last time Terence Crawford fought for a belt that he did not already have. He fought, and this is not to talk bad about Bud. I understand why it is. However, it's still a fact. He has not fought another champion in over 3 years. Yeah, he's not fought another champion he's not fought a champion in 3 years. Errol's fighting champions. And you blame the guy that is unifying the belts and not the guy that re-signed with an organization where there were no champions. And you blame him. You're not a Bud fan. You're just a PBC hater. That's all. And you want to be part of the conversation. That's it. Bud's not a duck. Bud ain't ducking. Bud was with Top Rank. Bud was with Top Rank, and the fights didn't happen because Bud was with Top Rank. That's what it is. Now, let's you say signing with that man, signing him with it was a duck. But there's a reasonable explanation for why Bud didn't fight those guys. So I don't have to dump on Bud to tell you guys are not Bud fans. You're not. You guys are just people hating on Errol Spence Jr. and using Bud to do it. Get out of here. You're not a supporter of Bud because if you were a supporter of Bud, you just be like, look, man, I understand. This is why Bud couldn't make the fights. Because fans of Bud know why Bud didn't make the fight. And it's not Errol. You're blaming, and that's the thing. The reason Bud could not get those fights is because of Top Rank, not because of the PBC. Bud signed with them. They had him fight in-house fights, which is what they always do. They're always having their fighters in in-house fights. So why would Bud be any different? You know that. Bud fans knew all the conversations that took place about him not getting the Manny Pacquiao fight. You knew those things. But all of a sudden, you're a group of people that don't know that anymore. You don't know that there was issues with Bud and Top Rank. All of a sudden, there's no issues at all with Top Rank. And it's all the PBC, which tells me you guys are just PBC haters. You're not somebody that is a supporter of Bud. If Bud was signed by the PBC, you'd be doing the same thing to Bud. You just don't like Al Heyman. You don't like Floyd Mayweather. You don't like those fighters. And you always have something bad to say about them, no matter what the scenario is. And this is just another scenario where you got something bad to say about them. That's it. You're predictable. Everything with the PBC is bad. Their pay-per-views are bad. Their fights are bad. If a fight is not happening, their fighters haven't done enough. They're going out of business. You guys have been saying this stuff for years, man. So please don't jump out here and act like you're some fan of Terence Crawford, because if you were fans of Terence Crawford wouldn't have pay-per-view problems. You don't buy his fights. All you do is talk crap about Errol Spence. And honestly, you don't even support the guy. Because I've never seen any of you in videos that I did where I supported him. Be Easy said, what's so hard to understand? Errol said he wants to unify the division. Bud has a belt, so it's obvious he will fight Bud. It's obvious Spence hate. It's Spence hate 100 miles an hour, bro. And that's all you guys are doing, bro. Bud exactly said Bud wasn't even speaking Errol's name at the time. Exactly, bro. They used Errol. They were using Bud to attack Errol before Bud ever said he wanted to fight Errol. Bud was talking about Keith Thurman when he came to 140. Bud was. Somebody else asked Errol about, when are you going to fight Bud? They didn't tell him to get a belt first. Bud had never even asked for the fight. Bud said, because when Bud moved up, Bud was looking for Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. He said Keith Thurman is the big fight. Manny Pacquiao is the fight. He didn't even think Errol Spence Jr. was a big fight. But for some reason, Errol's ducking him then. And now with, what do you call it? What's the history where you redo history? You know what I mean? With altered history, all of a sudden, Bud been chasing him for 5 years. It's not the truth. You guys are lying. The Errol Spence Jr. haters have been using Errol's name, Terence Crawford's name, to try to insult Errol. But Bud wasn't calling for the fight. I had a debate on the channel, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, I never say who I debated, but I will continue to make this point. I said then, dude, Bud has never asked for this fight. What is with the pressure on Errol? Well, Bud doesn't call anybody out, was what was said. Errol doesn't call anybody out. I mean, Errol's calling other people out. So since Errol's calling other people out, he needs to call Bud out. Bud's not calling him out. So what is Bud? Bud ain't even said he wanted to fight. How is he ducking somebody that hasn't even said he wants to fight? Doesn't make any sense, man. You guys, I'm trying to tell you, man, you guys just hating on Errol, bro. I'm 100% convinced. But anyway, I wanted to talk about other fights today too. But I knew people still had that on their chest, so we'll talk about what people want to talk about. Misfit said they know they don't want EJ. They're simply Errol haters. He's the freaking truth, and they just can't handle the truth. Happy holidays. Thank you, Misfit. Thank you so much for your support in that super chat, bro. You big fish or not fight Crawford. No, man. Big fish eat the fish in front of them. Oh, you want the big fish, sportsman. You want a big fish that's got one in his mouth to drop it and go kill the fish you want. It's not how that works, bro. Sharks kill what they can catch. And guess what? Ugas ain't asking for 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Ugas ain't asking for 50-50. So spare me, bro. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all cornballs, bro. Y'all cornballs with that, man. Just check and make sure no cash apps. Man, thank you guys so much for your support, man. Also, man, come on, let's get the likes over 500, please. We got 615 people in the building. Let's get the likes up, man. So Bud isn't ducking its top rank. I never said Bud was top. I've never said sportsman. I never said Bud was ducking. Never said it. Never said it. Do you think somebody has to be ducking every fight? If a fight does, it is possible that a fight does not take place and neither guy is ducking the fight. You just want to label somebody a duck, man. Will you stop? I've told you. I do not think Bud is ducking Errol. I don't think that. Over and over again, I tell you, Bud was not ducking Errol. Bud was getting the fights Bud could get. Errol is not ducking Bud. Errol is getting the fights that Errol can get. And there is no difference between him fighting Ugas and him fighting Terence. There's no difference. Because if they're trying to become undisputed, then he's got to fight them both anyway. He has to fight them both anyway. And there's nothing wrong with him wanting to be undisputed. Nothing. You guys are acting like undisputed doesn't matter to him. Like, oh, well, he just wants to be, he's just fighting a guy with a third belt. That's not the fight we want to see. We want to see Terence. That is not Terence Crawford fans. Those are people hating on the PBC. When you can say that a guy you don't want to see a 3-belt unification fight, that doesn't mean anything. You are the same group of people that said when Bud wanted to got undisputed, and he didn't get Fighter of the Year, you guys are the same ones saying that he ain't fought nobody. The same type of people. Had no support for, where's all this Bud love at 140 pounds? All of a sudden, he moves up to 147 pounds, and he's the only guy there where there's a bunch of Bud. When he was at 140, and there are a bunch of 140 guys that were at Top Rank, and he could get all the fights he wanted at Top Rank. I didn't hear any of this Bud love. None of it. All I heard was, oh, he's not as good as Lomachenko is. Look at how many belts Lomachenko won. Look how fast Lomachenko won his belts. Then we'd be like, hold on, man. Bud is undisputed. Lomachenko, oh, you're just a Lomachenko hater. You're a Lomachenko hater. He's way better than Bud. Bud hasn't fought anybody. That's what you guys were talking about the whole time. And then miraculously, when he moves into a division where there's a bunch of PBC fighters, all of a sudden you guys stand behind him. And he's got this new group of trolls supporting him that do not buy his fights, that do not care about his fights, do not talk about video, do not talk about who he should fight, do not care, and will actually say things like, oh, Bud doesn't need to fight Ennis. You're just trying to put Boots. Errol needs to fight Boots. Errol needs to fight Boots. Bud doesn't need to fight Boots. When there's literally no difference between the two. Literally no difference. One is a champion in Bud. The other is a champion in Errol. Boots is ranked in the IBF. And Boots is ranked in the WBO. He's not either one of their mandatories. Boots is not Ennis's man. Boots is not Spence's mandatory. That is a lie. He is not that man's mandatory. You cannot show me that the IBF has ordered Errol Spence Jr. to fight Jaron Ennis. What you're saying is that because he has not fought his mandatory in 2 years for the IBF, that means that the IBF is going to order Jaron Ennis to fight him. Maybe, maybe not. But as of right this second, he is not the mandatory. Not. Errol Spence Jr. does not have a mandatory. And Terence Crawford does not have a mandatory. But guess what? Errol's got a unification fight. He's got a fight with for the WBA super belt, which, by the way, is pretty much the fight he had before his eye got injured. Right? He was fighting Manny Pacquiao. His eye got injured, and he came right back and fought the guy that beat the guy he was going to fight. But all of a sudden, he's ducking. But he's ducking Boots, who isn't his mandatory. But Ennis is not ducking Boots, who isn't his mandatory. You guys are not real, man. You guys are fake, and you're PBC hating frauds. Just straight up. You're PBC hating frauds. And it's patently evident in the way that you handle your business. King Judah, what's up, man? I saw you on Southern T. King Judah, did I see you on Southern T Boxing? I think I saw you on Southern T Boxing. Bud's last 3 opponents were on the verge of retirement. The last 2 opponents he called out have both missed 2 of the last 3 years. Much love in that super chat, bro. I'm just telling you. This is PBC hate. All right? It's PBC hate. It is not support for Bud, bro. You guys are not supporting Bud. You're not. Because you are never anywhere around when it's time to actually support Bud. Nowhere. If Bud was signed with the PBC, you'd be hating on Bud. Just like you were hating on Bud when he's at 140 pounds. We would do videos. I did videos about saying that he was the #1 guy at Top Rank. At 140, when he did like $2 million when they first moved over to ESPN. Everybody, oh, no, that's not true. He's nowhere big as Lomachenko. It's Lomachenko. But miraculously, all of a sudden, when it's Errol, you know who he is? He's the Joe Frazier to Muhammad Ali is who he is. He's Joe Frazier to Muhammad Ali. That's what we got going on here. You guys just want to hate on Ali. He is the Manny Pacquiao. You guys, Manny Pacquiao's whole career is built off of y'all hating on Floyd. And that's the truth. His career is built off of people hating Floyd. Built off of it. Went right behind and fought the same people. Promoted every one of his fights off of him being the one to beat Floyd. And then guess what happens after he lost to Floyd? Top Rank and a lot of those fans threw him to the trash can. And the only people supporting him were his Filipino fan base. And then only when he came back over to when he came to the PBC, did he start getting opportunities again. Once Floyd Mayweather beat him, you guys had nothing. You had nothing left for Manny Pacquiao. Same thing will happen with Terence Crawford. If Terence Crawford, I'm telling you, even if Terence Crawford beat Errol, you guys would immediately have no need for him. None. You'd be off to somewhere else, and his pay-per-views will still suck. The sales will suck. The fights don't fight. Exactly. Revisionists, they're major. I'm telling you, that's what they are. And you know it. I'm just telling you what you guys are, and you know that's the truth. But some people are not. Funny how people crap on Horn for beating Manny, but when Ugas did it, it hypes the Spence fight. You're not telling the truth. Much love in that super chat. You're not telling the truth. Funny how people crap on Horn. Who crapped on Horn? Who crapped on Horn? Manny Pacquiao fans crapped on Horn. I didn't crap on Horn. He had to beat him for a title. But when Manny beat Ugas does it, it's hype. Nobody called it hype either. Manny Pacquiao's an old man and lost. Nobody's hyping that up. I don't hear anybody hyping up your Danny Ugas because he beat Manny Pacquiao. You're clutching for straws, man. Nobody's done either one of those. But you know why people crap on Jeff Horn? But I will tell you why people crap on Jeff Horn. Look at what happened with Jeff Horn after Manny Pacquiao. He ain't beat nobody else. Jeff Horn never beat anybody else. Where's Jeff Horn's career? Jeff Horn had a belt. Jeff Horn lost to Terence Crawford, and he got knocked out. He won a fight against Anthony Mundine. Then after that, he got knocked out by Zarafa, and then at middleweight. And then he moved back down and got knocked out by Tim Tszyu at junior middleweight, bro. Nobody ever thought that Jeff Horn was some great fighter. And a lot of people don't think he beat Manny Pacquiao. But I don't hear anybody hyping up Ugas because Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's 42 years old, man. And it's pretty accepted that he was going to get murked by Errol Spence Jr. But there's a lot of Filipinos. And shout out to the Philippines, no disrespect when I mention that particular group. There are a lot of guys that really did roll with him. King Judah said I missed the super chat. I don't think I did, bro. I'm way behind on my super chats. Let me flow up though, and I'll get back. Fanon. Oh, my sponsor. Hey, let me do that again. I'm sorry, man. Share video file. Here you go. Hold on. Dude, I know where it is. All right, here it is. Betting partner, USB, BSUR, bet with confidence. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. BUSR, bet with confidence. Please sign up at busr.ag /Fanon, promotional code Fanon. They got a new promo out there, though. This promo is older. So make sure you guys go there, sign up. It really does help the channel, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And let me roll down. King Judah, I'm going to go back and read them again, but let me slide down because I'm way behind on the chats. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me, though, man. Please. King Judah in the building said, miss my super chat, bro. Thank you very much. I'm going to ride back down, but I'm pretty sure I did get it. I just running behind. Hold on 1 second. Don TV is a PBC hating fraud. I mean, dog, y'all just need to fess up, bro. That you guys just don't want those guys to win, man. Because you got that's what it is. Rashid Muhammad, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much, bro. And my man Marlon in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for that support, bro. And also, my man Giant TV in the building says, salute for 9, salute to the chat. Pull counter that like button. Yes, sir. Support the Cash App so he gets all his money without the man taking 30%. As for me, I'm a degenerate loser with no bank account, so I have to support with super chats. Much love in that super chat. And it does work like that, man. That Cash App, the Cash App does work, bro. I appreciate the Cash Apps, man. Thank you so much, man. And my man, King Judah in the building, said, let's keep it real. Bud has not shown that he wants to fight the best in his career, and he doesn't want Spence or Boots. He wants a Rusty Thurman. I mean, there's a little bit of truth to that. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And my man, Wayne Dash in that super chat, bro, said, love is love always. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for that love, man, in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much. And I'm at, okay, cool. There you go. I'm at the bottom of the thing now. Yeah, man. Hey, Sportsman, you got one more time. And you about to go, because I'm not taking you serious anymore, bro. No joke. Linwood R said, Grand Rising, good brother. I hope Gary Russell Jr. gets that fight. Semper Fi, absolutely. Shout out to you, brother. And Semper Fi, excuse me. Virginia, number 757, Irie Life. Thank you, brother, so much, man, for that support, bro. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you so much, man. And let me go over here. Hold on 1 second. Glad to you 100% give updates on your health, bro. We care. Oh, you talking about me? Oh, my health is good, man. Oh, I'm feeling good, man. No worry, man. I got my blood pressure in check for the most part. Got all that good stuff together, bro. No worries, man. And I appreciate you guys that went through my health problems and supporting me through my health problems. Absolutely, bro. You know, it's still bubbling there, so I got to make sure I take care of myself, but I appreciate you, bro. Nah, I'm doing well, man. Doing real well. And thank you to everybody that supported me through that. There's a lot of cats that did not. And actually dumped on me very, very heavy. And I'm like, wow, bro, really? Wow, man. Okay, good to know. Bud is barking behind the fence. Bud just barking. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you, man. If anyone can get through it, it's you, brother. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm good, man. I'm good. I mean, I got full medical clearance, bro. Full medical clearance. I'm all right, bro. No joke. All good. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely, man. Oh, said Sportsman got smoked. Yeah, once I said, man, I'm about to get you, you knew it was going to be, bro. 757. I like that, man. Thank you, brother. I forgot. I didn't even notice that dollar amount. Yeah, hit that like, man. Let me see, man. We got 500. We almost got 600 people in the building. 419 likes, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit them likes, man. Michael Martin. So why should Bud fight Boots? Ennis? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not saying he has to. I'm saying that if Errol has to, you got to say he has to. I don't think he has to. He's not mandated to do it. He doesn't have to. Doesn't have to. He just fought his mandatory. So in just fighting your mandatory, he's got the right to fight whoever he wants to fight. Hey, y'all hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, thank you. Sorry about that, man. Hey, Michael Martin, I would love that fight. That's a great fight. But look, ask me some questions not related to the Arrow hatred, because that stuff is just, it's over the top for me, bro. You know what I mean? It's over the top for me, man. Say One says, hey, Mike, let me go. Edwin Carbajal. I think he should fight Virgil. That would be fireworks. Yeah, man, but they're not going to put him in there that early, bro. You know what I mean? They're not going to put him in there that early with that guy, man. That's going to be, they're going to wait, take their time, get that cat a chance to grow, you know? Said he's back. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's high blood pressure medicine. I'm just letting you know so y'all know why. Because, dude, I will be like, man, I am not going to drink any water. I'm going to sip on my water, because this isn't coffee. This is water, right? I got a coffee jug. I got a water jug. I have a cup of coffee early in the morning. That's the last swig of my 1 cup of coffee. And then I drink water out of a cup. And every time, bro, I'm like, I am not. Boom. Fanon, you cool, but you favor Spence? How so? Yeah, I do. I favor him to win that fight. I do. Absolutely, I do. I favor Spence to win the fight. I am not hating on air. I'm not said anything bad about Terence. I have not put Terence in any trick bags at all. Y'all, son on that adrenaline pack? What are you talking about? Who's on an adrenaline pack? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you think of Plant saying he, hold on, wow, yeah, let me get one of them questions. What do you think of Plant saying he wanted to fight Big Charlo? I'm sure he does. Sure he does want that fight. That'd be a good fight, bro. I think that'd be a good fight. I'd like to see it. Absolutely, man. I'd love to see it. I think he's going to lose. But I don't know, man. I don't think he's got anything for him now. I don't think he's got anything for him now. Copper said Fanon is 100 on Bud. I'm trying to tell you, man, I compliment Bud all the time. All the time, dude. The only thing I'm not going for is I'm not going to go for y'all trying to tear down. You guys just trying to tear down the other fighter, man. There's no need to tear down. You're trying to tear down Arrow. I'm not trying to tear down Terence. I'm not. I will mess with you, though, and I will put your nonsense on Bud for the sake of just pointing out that you're being a hypocrite. Because you guys never call for the same thing with Bud that you call for with Arrow. You don't. If Bud can be an undisputed fighter and claim the Hall of Fame because he's an undisputed fighter, right? And say, I don't need Arrow because I've accomplished more. I've been undisputed. Well, Arrow can be like, well, shit, he said he don't need me because he got undisputed. Well, I'm going to go get 3 belts. So if I fight him, I'll be undisputed. What's wrong with Arrow being undisputed? Telling you, what's wrong with that? It's like literally you guys are sitting there telling me that this man should not be fighting for the WBA super belt. Why would you say this man is ducking somebody for fighting for the WBA super belt? That's just not a duck. Your Denis Ugas is a champion. You cannot duck somebody when you're fighting a champion. You can't. Okay? It's just the truth. Even though I don't like how Canelo Alvarez didn't fight guys at 160, you can't say the man is ducking David Benavidez when he is fighting Caleb Plant. You can say it afterwards, but you can't say it in the negotiations. You can't say it while the fight's about to take place. You can't be like, oh, Canelo's ducking Jamal Charlo. He's not ducking him right now because he's got undisputed at 168. That's not ducking. He has belts at 168, 3 belts at 168. He fights the other guy with a belt at 168 for undisputed. I didn't want to see him fight Caleb Plant. Like, look, I don't wake up in the morning and be like, man, I wonder how Canelo Alvarez can do with Caleb Plant. But it was an undisputed fight. And that's just a standard rule across the board, man. It's a standard rule. If you're fighting another champion, dude, you're not ducking another champion. You're fighting a champion in the same division that has a belt that matters. But all of a sudden with Arrow, he's ducking somebody because he's not fighting the WBO guy, because he's fighting the WBA guy. No, man, forget it. But watch this. Bud ain't ducking. He ain't fighting the WBA guy. He wasn't calling out Ugas. He wasn't trying to fight. He's trying to fight Keith Thurman. Errol said he was going for the belts, right? So if he could have the belts, that means he's looking for a guy with a WBO belt or a guy with a WBA belt. It's strap season. That's what he said. He wears it across his chest. Strap season. I'm looking for the straps. Bud didn't say, I'm looking for the WBA champion or the IBF or one of the champions. He never mentioned Yordenis Ugas. Never mentioned him. Right? Come on, man. Y'all just unfair, man. Just straight up unfair, man. But if you were being unfair to Bud, I would tell you that you're being unfair to Bud. But you're not being unfair to Bud. If Bud, Spence, and Boots were all available, and Boots called out Spence, would take the fight first, Bud would look to fight a lesser opponent. Much love in that super chat. Yeah, man, and that's the Boots thing it kills me, bro. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, man. I'm telling you, man, it means a lot, man. It really does, man. Renee, what's going on, Renee Bosh Young? He said, very true. Bud didn't even remotely try to fight Ugas. Of course not. He wants Thurman. And honestly, he said he would fight. He's just as open to Thurman as he is to Spence. Dude, Undisputed ain't a big target for him, man. It's not. He's already become Undisputed. And in defense of Bud, he's already been Undisputed. And what did Undisputed get him? Nothing. He didn't get the Canelo treatment when Canelo became Undisputed. He didn't get and his Undisputed was better because his Undisputed hadn't happened in 10 years. He was the first guy since Jermaine Taylor to be Undisputed. And they didn't even treat it like they didn't even care. Same people, I'm telling you, they didn't even care. It had not happened in a decade. But all of a sudden it became the rage when anybody else did it. Oh, Katie Taylor. Oh, God, Katie Taylor's undisputed. She's revolutionized women boxing. She's undisputed. Even though Clarissa Shields is undisputed. You know what I mean? Oh, my God, Ugas, number one, he's undisputed at cruiserweight. No, undisputed fighter of the year. He's undisputed after that. But when Bud did it, did not matter for nothing. Where were you, guy? Where were you during those things? TD already said, I heard that Ugas beat Bud in the amateurs. I've heard that as well. But it's the amateurs. You know what it is. Bosco77, much love in that. And TD Harding, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you guys so much, bro. Ugas already beat Bud. Didn't Danny Garcia beat Bud too? I think Danny Garcia, or did he beat Danny? Or did Danny beat him? Somebody, I know they fought in the amateurs. Didn't Danny Garcia beat him too? Texas OG says strap season. Yeah, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you. Means a lot, man. And everybody that supports in the super chat and the Cash App, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think he can drop a link unless he's a moderator. I think the only people who can drop a link is moderators. But typically, bro, I don't do the link dropping in the video because I don't do that to other cats. I don't dive bomb people's stuff. But Renee, I do, though. I like Renee. Matter of fact, hold on, man. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Hold on, man. Let me back up. RSA Boxing Life in the super chat, brother. Thank you, man. Say, salute, good brother. I seen your Tank versus Russell. Wow, that would be a great fight. Who you got? I think 50-50. I mean, 50-50, but I'm leaning towards Tank, bro. Because I don't think he's going to get knocked out, and I think Tank will get I think Tank will get a decision. But honestly, I don't know, man. That's a 50-50 fight for me. That's a 50-50 fight, bro. 50-50. What do I think of David Morrell? I like David Morrell. Man, he coming up quick. Wolfie, what's going on, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Much love. He said doesn't want Undisputed with the current champions. Yeah, I mean, he's never said he wanted it. And at this thing, hey, yeah, Renee, no worries, man. Are you a Renee, you got a wrench, Renee? Yeah, you can put the link in there, Renee. Yeah, Renee can, because Renee a moderator. Yeah, you drop your link, man. Drop your link in there, man, so people subscribe to you, brother. Man, it's a grind out here, bro. I ain't supporting people like I used to, bro. I'm gonna tell you, because Cass got short memories like a mug. I'm trying to tell you, get real short memories, bro. Real short memories. Grant Gabriel said, people writing off Ugas like he's not a dangerous fight, especially since Spence has been injured. I agree with that, bro. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, man, they do. It's crazy, huh? Yeah, I checked out Brandon Lee. Absolutely, man. Shout out to Brandon Lee, bro. Tank gotta hit him, bro. Loudest Pack says, Fanon, don't let these trolls get to you, big homie. Ugas versus Spence is a quality fight between two qualified. I understand. Oh, yeah, it's fun for me, man. Really? Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, man. Thank you so much for the support, man. But yeah, man, support Renee Box Young. And also, man, support my man Southern T. I'll support Cass, but I'm serious, man. Dudes get them 1,000 subs and think that's it. Like, man, you got to grind, bro. You got to grind, man. It's a grind. You know what I'm saying? A grind. To grow your presence is a grind. King Judah said, Boots called out Spence, and Spence FaceTimed him and called him a pup. Boots called out Bud, dead silence. Much love in that super chat, bro. You know what it is. They know they're not fighting, though. They know that fight ain't happening. Brother Root said, Jaron Ennis, once he masters his defense fully, we may be looking at the next pound for pound for a very long time. Let me tell you what's going to happen with Boots, Brother Roots. Let me tell you what's going to happen with Boots. If Boots becomes the best fighter in the world, there will magically be somebody better than him at a little itty bitty weight class that he never has to fight. And that guy will be fighting for top rank. You're not going to see him number one pound for pound for a long time. Not going to happen. There will be a guy who comes from Ukraine or Kazakhstan that gets a title shot in his seventh fight because he's 30 years old, and he will immediately be better than Jaron Ennis. Immediately. And Steve Kim will introduce him to the world. Do not expect him to get that. Don't expect, because they're not going to give it to him. Not going to give it to him. They ain't give it to Floyd. And magically, there'll be somebody better than him. Didn't give it to Andre Ward. As soon as Andre Ward injured his elbow, took a year off, dumped him from the pound for pound. Dumped him because he got an injury. Dumped him off the pound for pound list. Dumped him. As soon as they could dump him. Dumped him. King Judah said, Boots called out. Okay. Oh, I know. I got that, man. My bad. Oh, okay. Let me drop it. Yeah, there you go, man. Subscribe to Renee Box Young. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah. Every once in a while, it is what it is, man. Thanks for you, Ak. Since tours of Iraq, much love. Thanks for your Ak. What is that? What is AHK? Since tours in Iraq. Much love to you, bro. Thank you much. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Breeze Boxing said, Boots still IBF mandatory. He never was the IBF mandatory. He never was. He's not the IBF mandatory. He's never been the IBF mandatory. He's not the IBF mandatory. He may become the IBF mandatory, but he has never been it in actuality. Sportsman, they didn't kick you all the way out though, Sportsman. Hey, man, y'all get the likes up. I know I ain't got 500 likes, man. Can y'all get the likes over 500 for me, please? If you just came in the building, make sure you guys hit the like, bro. Oh, Fanon, Ak means equals brother. Oh, okay, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I didn't get that. I didn't know that. I appreciate it. You know what I thought every time? I thought you guys were confusing me for Aki. I thought you were the guy with the boxing channel. The guy with the boxing channel. Alex Neves said, Bud need to do something age-wise. His time is running out. If he really wanted, bro, Bud's probably already eyeing retirement, bro. Quite honestly. He's made a lot of money over there at Top Rank, man. He's got 30-something fights, man. 30-something fights. I'm telling you, man, he's not that not fighting the top competition is going to get him, though. Tell you. Young Foe, dudes sound crazy. If somehow becomes the best fighter in the world, nobody will fight him just like they doing Bud. Aki equals my brother. Oh, okay. Thank you very much, bro. Yeah, I didn't know that, bro. And now I know. I did not know. Dudes sound crazy. If somehow becomes the best fighter in the world, nobody will fight him. Just look, dude, I'm not saying nobody will fight him, but people fight Bud. Dude, Bud does not have a problem with anybody fighting him. The problem is Bud fighting other people. And that's the truth. Bud has never had a problem getting other people to fight him. Amir Khan fought him. Kell Brook fought him. Sean Porter fought him. They will fight him, man. These guys are not ducking away from fighting him. They're not. Danny Garcia said he would fight him. They're not ducking away from fighting him. The person that's more selective is Terence. Terence is more selective about who he fights than people are about fighting him. What I said was that they're not going to call Boots the best fighter in the world. That's what I said. If he's a big draw, people are going to fight him, man. People are not trying to shy away from fighting Errol. People are not shying away from fighting Terence. It's just not happening, man. And this is the thing that I don't get. Why would Sean Porter be willing to fight Errol, but Terence wouldn't be willing to fight Terence? Why would an old-ass Amir Khan be willing to fight Terence Crawford, but Errol's scared to fight him? You know what I mean? It's like, why would Errol be scared to fight him, but Jeff Horn wasn't scared to fight him? Why are all these other boxers that got no chance to beat him and are definitely looking at knockouts, why aren't they scared to fight him? But Errol is. Those guys are not scared of each other, man. Errol's not scared of him, bro. Not scared of him. That doesn't make sense. Seeing as other people fight Bud, they got no chance. If you know what I'm saying? If Jose Benavidez will fight him, why wouldn't Errol fight him? If Errol was if Errol did not have a belt, if he did not have belts, and Terence Crawford had all the belts, do you think Errol would retire or something? You think he'd just lead a sport and not fight? And this doesn't make sense, does it? Doesn't make sense. King June in that super chat, brother. Thank you for holding down the chat, bro. He said, if the facts is Spence doesn't need Bud, Spence can fight Boots in a few years and it'll be as big as Spence Crawford fight. There's nobody for Bud. You know, honestly, man, he can just go fight Canelo. Ron Harvey said, Aki means brother in Arabic. Thank you. I was wondering why cats keep calling me. I mean, I was like, man, what? Like, I was like, huh? Like, I'm not, but I didn't know, man. Thank you so much, man. Let me slide down to the end of the chat, bro. Blue Team said, Fanon, if they don't understand it by now, let them live, bro. Yeah, well, ask me another question then so I ain't got to get on them. You know what I mean? The Hurt Business 101 said, guys on this level aren't scared of each other. Sometimes the politics, man, that jumped like a mug. Oh, sometimes the politics of business gets in the way, but that's about it. Yeah, that's kind of where I think it is, man. I agree with that. TY in the building. What's going on, said? What's going on, man? And another Bud supporter, you know, it's all love, said, man, I wish, I wish TBC would have took that 40% and we would be here talking about these guys. Maybe he wouldn't. If he said 40%, maybe they still might not have that fight until it's undisputed. They still may not, man. Really, they still may not have that fight until it's undisputed. May not. Errol cannot pick his fights, bro. Marlon, my bad, man. Hold on 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second. I hate that I did that. And let me go back. Let me just pull it up in the little section where I know I can get them. And who said I missed it? Marlon said I missed it, right? So let me go to Marlon. Marlon said Ortiz versus Boots. Does fight make sense? Absolutely, man. Yeah, it makes sense. I think that's another future Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford type of fight. I think those are clearly the two best young up and coming welterweights, and it absolutely makes a lot of sense. But now that he's with Eddie Reynoso, don't expect it to happen. Eddie Reynoso ain't feeding that boy because honestly, it's a good fight, but in my opinion, that's something that is Jaron Ennis all the way. And so more than likely, they're going to try to say that boy. All right, man, I'm sorry. I'm just checking for the Cash App, see if there was. It was not. Kimber said, Fanon, and much love in that super chat, brother. Sorry, man. Let me hit that, bro. Elevation in Conversation said, don't sleep on Ben. No, I'm not asleep on him, but from what I've seen, I think he's just kind of like a little bit notched down from those guys. To be honest with you. I think he's a notch down from those guys. But honestly, I will admit a bias. I will admit one bias that I have. I don't believe them UK fighters until they get up out of the UK. I don't believe them. Too many of them look good in the UK. And fighting old fighters, making an old fighter go overseas to fight you in the UK, like Chris Algieri, man, Chris Algieri doing color commentary. You know what I mean? He got a paycheck. They paid him nice. You know, they paid him nice over there. But, you know, and then who did he fight before that? You know, but anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. And then he wants to fight, and it bugs me that he wants to fight Adrian Bronner. That's a fight I don't even get that fight. King Judah in that super chat. Much love in that super chat, brother. He said, Bud waiting to fight Thurman and will hold up the Spence fight again. The Bud sexuals will again blame Spence. Yeah. But of course, I mean, you know, yeah, but yeah. Yeah, they will. No doubt, bro. James Petty in the building, man. Much love in that super chat, man. You holding it down heavy. Thank you so much, man. He said nobody's going to sign up for that massacre with Ennis. Everybody will be forced to for a while until you can get money fighting them. Once you can get that money fighting them, they'll make it happen. But I hope these other guys have to. Josh Taylor's who I want to see him fight. Hey, man, let me ask you guys a question, because we talked about this at the end of the last show. What is your prediction for Josh Taylor versus Ennis? What's your prediction for that fight? I want to know you guys' prediction for that fight. And I'm talking about if it happens now. I ain't even talking about later. I mean, like now. A green one. If he did that, man. That's why I'm like, man, God, let that fight happen, man. God, let that fight happen. Much love. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Ennis, my man Larry Smith said Ennis by KO. TY said Ennis for the win. Bounce me out said Ennis. Didn't Spence say after he gets the belt it's Crawford's turn? Bro, pull it. Tell me. Blah, 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 blah. What did he? You know what, man? I'm not even going to do the research on that, man. What did he say? I don't know what he said. I've heard like 16 different versions of it. I heard what the man said was that get a belt first. Like, we ain't even talking about it, man. Get a belt first. You know what I'm saying? Man, get a belt first. He didn't say, if you get a belt, I will immediately fight you. I promise you I'll fight nobody else but you if you get that belt. Bud Errol Spence Jr. has said that he wants to get Ennis all day. Loudest pack. What's that? TY said clown. Who's a clown? You call him a clown. I'm not going to take that like you're talking to me. JB said, Fanon, I say Boot showboats on that boy for 3 rounds and puts him to sleep. Boot win 9 rounds. Man, I'm telling you, I think he stops him. Or a nasty just beat you up type of decision. It depends on Josh Taylor's chin for me. Bounce Me You said Ennis' strength proves to be too much for Taylor at 147. I'm telling you right now, though, Josh Taylor is a welterweight. Josh Taylor's a welterweight. I'm convinced he used diuretics to get down to weight, because they allow that in the UK. They allow you to use to it, man. He said, man, to go from Chicago claiming GD to being inspired to moving forward after 20 years in the military. Hallelujah. Oh, absolutely, man. Hallelujah for that. Man, what's going on? What's blazing in sports? Said Ennis will put boots on Taylor. Yeah. Danny Garcia beat Bud and beat Bud and Bud him in the amateur. So they both beat each other. Giovanni Walker says Josh Taylor is walking around right now at 167 pounds. Yeah, I'm telling you, that dude is a welterweight, man. He's a welterweight. I don't know how big, but I'll tell you, Bud looks swole. I mean, Boots looks swole when he's walking around, for sure. I don't know how big he is. TY say Josh killing himself to make 140. What do you think? Yeah, but he's using diuretics. He ain't killing himself. He's using water pills, man, just like Billy Joe Saunders. That's what I think. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't know if he's 6 feet, but he looks like he's about 5'10". Now, I wouldn't put him in. I saw him. He's taller than I think he looks like he's around the same height. He looks like he's around the same height as Errol Spence. I don't think he's my height, man. I'm like 6'1", but I doubt that he's 6. I don't think, like, he's not Robert Easter Jr.'s height, man. If he was 6, matter of fact, he's shorter than Victor Postol. So let me see. Hold on one second. How tall is Victor Postol? Yeah, Victor Postol is 5'11", bro. And Victor Postol is taller than Josh Taylor. No, they're about the same height. Yeah, you're about right. They standing there looking about the same height. Listed at about 5'11". I think Victor Postol is a little bit taller. But now they're about right. He's dead about what. So, okay, about 5'11". Yeah, I thought he looked a little smaller. I thought he looked a little bit smaller than him. I don't care how tall he is. But no, they looked about the same height. He ain't growing now. Man, 30 years old, bro. Josh Taylor, like 30 years old, bro. Darvin Renee said, let me tell you, man, you talk all that smoke about Boots. You saying he's Godzilla. We need to see him fight King. Dude, I don't need to see him fight. You need to see him fight, bro. You need to see him fight. I've seen him fight. I don't need to see anything else. You need to see him fight. You do. I don't need it. I'm done. How many times do you think I need to see Usain Bolt run? I don't. I've seen it. The guy can fight. I've seen Josh Taylor. I knew what Josh Taylor was the first time I saw Josh Taylor. I knew what he was the first time I saw him. You need to see him do something. I don't need to see it. I've already seen it. I know. You don't know. Or you know what you're doing? You hope not is what you're doing. What you're doing is you hoping. You are hoping that boy ain't what I'm saying he is. He'll be. And I never said he beat Godzilla. I said he'll beat up Josh Taylor though. What? He'll beat Jose Ramirez too. He'll beat Regis Prograis too. He'll beat every one of them dudes down there at 140 pounds. Every one of them. I mean, what do you want, bro? I'm not gonna sit around. I'm not gonna sit around for 5 years and play I wonder if I'm right. I'm telling you the truth. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't say it. I've already seen it. You guys need to see it. And guess what? I'll take your money. You want to put some money on it? Let me ask you a question, bro. When Floyd Mayweather Jr. is talking about the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, when Floyd says, when he's talking about the best fighters in the world, when he says Canelo Alvarez is nice, he said, but look, there's other guys out there. Other guys out there. And he said, Terence Crawford for me is the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And he said, there's other guys. He said, don't sleep on Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis is like that. How many, you think Floyd Mayweather Jr. needs to see? You don't think Floyd Mayweather Jr. knows what he's talking about? You gonna wait around? You think Floyd just throws that at anybody? Anybody? Do you think that Terence Crawford just throws that around at anybody? Errol Spence Jr. said it. They all said it. It's universal, bro. Trust me, matchmakers say it. The only people that ain't saying it is you. Only people saying that boy ain't nice like that is you. And I think you are a little bit behind the times, bro, because you know what? Y'all didn't see AJ getting knocked out coming. Y'all was swearing up and down, and here I'm going to put a y'all out there. Y'all were swearing up and down, bro, that Anthony Joshua was the greatest heavyweight ever. Oh, he'll beat Ali. He's too big for Muhammad. You remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if you're used to hearing this, if you've heard this. Anthony Joshua is better than Ali. Look what he's done in 16 fights. Look what Anthony Joshua's done in 16 fights. Compare what was Ali doing in 16 fights. Hey, sports man, ain't nobody kicking you out, sports fan. I already asked Cats. Never thought, you never thought that. I asked you if you've ever heard that. Well, what has he done in 16 fights? And then he gets knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Yeah, sports man, don't worry about that, bro. They ain't kicking you out, bro. It's all good, man. We getting a lot more together on that. Making sure cats don't get kicked out just for, so you guys can enjoy your conversations going back in the comment section. I understand that's part of the fun of the channel, bro. Bearcat Ham said, the only thing I need to see so far as Boots is concerned is whether or not he has a real chin. He's never been cracked or tested by anybody. That I agree on. Yeah, it's his chin. That's it. His chin. If his chin, and I've seen him get hit, but it's nice. Ugh. Woo, he slips. Yeah. He don't take it clean, bro. He don't take it clean. You know what I'm saying? He don't take it clean. He don't take shots too cleanly, man. I think it may be a while before you see that level really touch him. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm telling you guys better not be so damn confident about that Terence Crawford thing, man. Hey, said I've seen him and I ain't impressed. Yeah, you don't know boxing, bro. You don't know what you're talking about, Darvin. I've seen him and you're not impressed. What was not impressive about him? And I ain't impressed till he get in there with at least a B+. He has been. Sergey Lipin is a B+ level fighter, easy. Sergey Lipinets is a B+ level fighter, bro. He knocked out a B+ level fighter. Sergey Lipinets. You never heard of Sergey Lipinets? Mikey Garcia is an A-level fighter, and Sergey Lipinets gave him a very, very good fight. It's a B+ level fighter for sure. He's a former 140-pound champion. Sergey Lipinets. And he knocked him out. It's a B+ level fighter, bro. Thomas Delorme, B-level fighter. Knocked him out too. Yeah, he lost to Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is an A-level fighter. You said a B+ level fighter. That's a B. Sergey Lipinets is a B+ level fighter. At welterweight, anybody better than Sergey Lipinets is an A-level fighter or a prospect. They're either an A-level fighter or a prospect. Either one. Sergey Lipinets is going to beat anybody that is not any of those guys. He's on the level. Yeah, Delorme. Yeah, Delorme is a B-level fighter. I would call him a B-level fighter. Christopher A-Side Miracan said, but can Jaron Ennis compete at the top of 147? That's a question. Look, man. Yes. When you're fighting those guys, you are competing at the top of the division. The only other guys that there are for him to fight above the level that he's fought are Sean Porter, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman. That's it. Butiev, ain't no difference between Butiev and Lipinets. Butiev and Lipinets, what and what. Butiev is the WBA regular. Jamal James and Sergey Lipinets, what and what. That's the second level. They turned your super chat off. Hit refresh, bro, on your channel, bro. I see my super chat, bro. I can super chat myself. So they didn't turn it off. I just saw it. I went to my channel. I can super chat myself. Hey, y'all, if somebody don't mind, man, can you put a $1 super chat in there just to make sure that it ain't nothing going wrong with it? Or don't worry about it, man. People have been super chatting, bro. We'll see if another super chat comes by. Look who name you put first. What are you talking about, Holly Shim? I don't know what you're talking about. No clue what you're talking about, brother. Hey, man, can y'all hit the like button, man, and get the likes over 600, please? I'd appreciate that. Boutiev versus Staniosis. I don't know, man. I got to see him, bro. Hey, thank you, man. Crash Camp 67 said, keep the real coming for 9. Thank you, bro. Oh, man, damn. Thank you, brother. And my man CTR said, thank you, bro. Much love to all in the chat room. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. And my man Marquis, much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Much love. The super chat works. Thank you. Usually don't act, and Ricky Young put that 99 cents in there. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much for that, for the support in the super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. I just want to make it, somebody said it turned it off, bro. Okay, it worked. Thank you, bro. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Jaron will smoke Mikey. He's like, yeah, man, Mikey, I mean, look, dude, I just think he's already there, man, as an A-level fighter, bro. I'm just not going to, you know what I mean? It's just like Jared Anderson. He and Jared Anderson, and somebody asked about Jared Anderson earlier. I think the same thing about Jared Anderson, man. Jared Anderson is like that, except for Jared Anderson has not fought guys, has not fought at the level, has not fought at that level yet. He said it's a reset, bro. Yeah, thank you, man. Hit that reset for me. Anthony Britt said, Boots is a good fighter, and I'm a Bud supporter, so I want to see the fight. Yeah, that'd be a great fight, man. Much love in that super chat. And Brandon Lee Smith, man, much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, if you ain't impressed by Boots, you know, I don't know what you want to do. Dude, Darvin Renee, who is a B-plus level fighter, dude? You can dump on anybody after they lose. You can dump on anybody after they lose. Who's the B-plus level fighter, man? Who? B-plus level fighter? Dude, you're not going to get a championship fight unless you're a B-level fighter, man. What do you think he's like? You do you think he is some Tijuana journeyman with a record of 5-96? Are you kidding me? The dude is a former IBF champion. What do you mean he's not a B-plus level fighter? Of course he's a B-plus level fighter. If he wasn't a B-plus level fighter, he would have never got a championship, man. He's a former champion. Man, you're going to say Adrian Bronner's not a B-plus level fighter now? What is he? Seriously, the dude is the former IBF 140-pound champion. And then Josh Taylor's not a beaten. Then, okay, guess what? I'm going to do the same thing for Josh Taylor. The reason why I think he beats Josh Taylor is because Josh Taylor's never beaten an A-level fighter. There you go. Josh Taylor has never beaten an A-level fighter. There you go. Since you want to be so hard on judging fighters, Josh Taylor's never beaten an A-level fighter. There you go. Because Josh Taylor only beat guys on the level of Sergey Lipinets. That's it. That's it. They've only beaten guys on Sergey. No, that's a B. Sergey Lipinets is a former IBF champion. The only belts that Regis Prograis had was at that same weight class. So I'm gonna put him as a B-level fighter too. No, I mean that according to his standards. If a guy is a 140-pound champion, no, I'm not giving it to him. I'm taking it away. I would say he is, but this guy wouldn't say he is. You're saying he's an A-level fighter. Why? Why? Victor Postol is a B-level fighter. They're 140-pound champions that lost. They're 140-pound champions that lost. Just like Sergey Lipinets. Sorry. Anthony Bennett says Shakur Stevenson versus Boots, man, way too small. So if you want to do that, dude, I can do the same thing with everybody Josh Taylor fought, man. If you just want to say, no, Sergey Lipinets isn't a B level, he's not a B-plus level fighter. Of course he's a B plus level fighter. Absolutely he is. And guess what? One B plus level fighter can lose to another B plus level fighter, without a doubt. And honestly, Josh Taylor really didn't beat Victor Postol that badly. He didn't beat Josh Taylor. He didn't really beat Regis Prograis that badly. There you go. Jose Ramirez, he beat, what was his claim to fame? Beating Amir Imam? I can dump on fighters just like that, bro. I can do the same thing. I can do the same thing you do. Anytime that there's a good fight, a fighter that's good, you walk down the guy's resume and say everybody he fought was a bum. So that means he has improved himself. So let me do the same thing to Josh Taylor. He beat Victor Postol. So what? Victor Postol had already lost. He beat Regis Prograis. So what? Regis Prograis is not that good a fighter. So what? Who has Regis Prograis ever beat? Oh, well, Regis Prograis only beat Kylie Ray. He only beat Terry Flanagan. Oh, well, Terry Flanagan's a 135-pounder. So, I can do that with all that. I can do it with all of that. You know what I'm saying? Same thing people do with Tank. Walk right down the line and everybody Tank fights is garbage. But yet everybody that their guy fights is, it's proving grounds. Man, get out of here, man. Who Josh Taylor? Josh Taylor ain't never beat a welterweight. Ever. He ain't beaten any welterweights. Any welterweights. None. Ain't even touched the weight class yet, bro. He's not even there yet. He's fighting little guys. Little guys. Jaron ain't fighting little guys. Jaron's fighting guys at 154 pounds. I've never seen Josh Taylor beat a guy like Abreu. Have him fight Abreu and see what happens with him and Abreu. Abreu came in the ring weighing he didn't even make the weight. He came in like 152 or something, and Jaron knocked him out, and the guy came in the fight at 152. Stop, man. Y'all bugging. Anyway, you're bugging in particularly, bro. Boots is a 154. No, he's not. He's a welterweight, man. He's a 150. Boots ain't a 154, but Boots is a welterweight. He's fighting in welterweight, bro. Hey, Christopher A. Dude, Muircrest said, Fanon, I'm just glad we don't have to deal with these delusional Pacquiao fans. The Lomachenko fans are sadly back. Yeah, hey, man, there's a lot of guys ain't giving. Hey, man, I like Lomachenko, though, bro, until Lomachenko starts talking, bro. You know what I mean? Until he starts talking. If Boots was white, he would already have been on the Joe Rogan. Ow, you made me bite my tongue, bro. Look, man, Boots is Boots. Boots is getting plenty of press. Plenty of press, bro. Plenty of press. Barry Jones said, I'm from Philly and Boots is a big welterweight, but he makes his weight so easy. Yeah, because he probably never gets out of shape. Probably stays right where he's supposed to be, man. Nate Black said, Boots a hype job. Tip, he fights someone 28 tomato cans in his career so far. Crapping it, and yeah, get out of here, Nate Black. You're gone. Bye. I don't even want to hear you speak. I'm not gonna have your name go by me. I'm seriously, man. That's full of just so much nonsense. I don't ever want to hear you speak again. Pugilism said, still sleeping on who? Nawful versus the kid Shakan. What? Dude, look, Devon. He's a prospect. Oh, but who named 3 champions he beat? Let's see. I can probably name 2. But you're doing your box reg nonsense again. You're doing your box reg nonsense. Jaron Ennis box reg. Oh, what? Did he? Oh, that's funny. I was going to get you on Mike Arenados. Mike Arenados. But let me see. Let's look at Thomas Delorme. Did he ever? Sergey Lipinets. Just Sergey Lipinets. Sergey Lipinets is the only champion he fought. So what? You still don't know boxing, bro. I'm telling you, man, you don't know boxing. Because you want to talk about, you're doing that cornball shit. Let me go to BoxRec and see how many champions he beats. That means I can beat you because I beat more champions. Hey, answer me a question, dummy. How many champions did George Kambosos beat before he beat Lomachenko? How many champions did he beat? How many champions did Luis Ortiz beat before he beat Anthony Joshua? Huh? Matter of fact, let me ask you a question. How many champions did Josh Taylor beat before he beat Ivan Baranchyk? How many champions did Josh Taylor beat before he fought Ivan Baranchyk? Huh? None, right? How many champions did Muhammad Ali beat before he beat Sonny Liston? Huh? How many champions did George Foreman beat before he beat Joe Frazier? 0. How many champions did Floyd Mayweather Jr. beat? I didn't block him yet. I didn't block him. Who blocked him? I didn't block him. I didn't touch him. My hobby is making this guy look dumb. Every champion beats a champion for the first time, bro. Every single solitary one of them. So you asking me how many champions he beat is irrelevant. It's what the man can do in the ring that matters. And if you can't tell what somebody can do in the ring, shut up. Stop coming at people with corny BoxRec arguments. Anybody can go to BoxRec and tear down 100 fighters on BoxRec. Because the fact of the matter is, most guys on BoxRec lose a lot of fights. That's why they're not champions. Champions beat a lot of guys that are not champions. A lot of them. The vast majority of them. No, you don't. I'm serious, man, because you don't debate boxing well. Because you can't tell me why. Do you see a weakness? Mr. Renee, what is the weakness that you see in Jaron Ennis? The weakness that you see in him. For example, I will tell you the weakness that I see in Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor is easy to hit. Josh Taylor squares up and he's right there to hit. And he's overly aggressive. So he can get counterpunched. And against a big puncher, it very well may hurt him. Now, please tell me what you've seen in Jaron Ennis that is a weakness. For you to tell me that I don't believe him. What have you seen? A weakness. Dude, there's untested fighters that I can see weaknesses in. Seriously. There's all kind of untested fighters I can see weaknesses in. I don't think, I'll leave him alone. Exactly, dude. Yeah, he's why he's sitting there with Regis Prograis with a lump this big on his eye. He fight with a closed eye. Anyway, Jaron Ennis sometimes takes his eye off the ball. Okay. I haven't seen it, but that's okay, cool. The only thing I would say is reliance on reflex is similar to Roy Jones, but it's too early to tell. See, I like that. That is an actual analysis of the guy and why you think that there may be an issue with him fighting somebody. DJ Russ said, Jaron Ennis is solid. Yeah, absolutely. Very solid fighter, man. So that's why I don't get it, man. I don't like, and you're talking about a guy that's little. You're talking about a guy at 140 moving up to fight him at 147. Dude, he's got massive advantages over over Josh Taylor. He's got big advantages. You laughing? I'm not laughing, man. And I don't think anybody else is laughing, bro. It's not funny. You still ain't told me what weakness you see. So I don't know boxing because I don't think because you keep relying on box rec arguments. You relying on box rec arguments. Absolutely. When you start talking, when you make a defense, when you say, you ask questions like how many champions is he beaten? Who is he beaten? All you're talking about is box rec. Who is he beaten? You know who he beat. It's on box rec. We all know who he beat. You're trying to get me in a position of trying to defend a bunch of fighters that he beat so that you can go down and start talking about what those fighters did. You're talking about the fighters he fought. You're not talking about himself. You're not sitting there saying, you're not talking about what he can do and what he can't do. You're talking about what the fighters that he fights are doing and can't do. You're not talking about him. You're using a box rec argument. That's it. All you're going on is telling me what he did in the past. You're not projecting in what the guy can do in the future. You're not telling me anything about the guy. You're just all you're saying is, oh, well, who is this guy? Who is Sergey Lipinets? Oh, well, Sergey Lipinets isn't good. Well, who is Chris Van Heerden? Oh, my God, Chris Van Heerden isn't any good. None of those guys are A+. They're all they're C- fighters. So what if they're C- fighters? Talk about the guy we're talking about. You're changing subjects. That's a red herring, bro. You're going over there with it. Anyway, it is what it is, bro. And I still left you here, bro. Jaron leaves his grill open too. He can take a punch also. Much love in that super chat, bro. Yeah, that's reasonable things, man. When you're talking about what that guy can do. That's that UK shit. I'm telling you, that's some you're the one of them Anthony Joshua fans. I'm telling you. You one of them Anthony Joshua fans. Who did Deontay Wilder beat? Oh, my God. He's your Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, he fought Eric Molina. Eric Molina's trash. So what? He beat Eric Molina. Oh, my God, he beat Chris Arreola. Oh, my God, he beat Gerald Washington. Oh, my God, he beat Romain Stavern. Who are they? They're guys that he beat, not guys that he lost to. They're guys that he beat, not guys that he lost to. So how does that affect him that you don't like somebody that he beat? When I could do the same thing. Vladimir Klitschko. Oh, my God. So what? Vladimir Klitschko was knocked out by Ross Purity. Vladimir Klitschko was knocked out by Lemon Brewster. Look, come on, man. Samuel Peter knocked him down like 13 times in the same fight, man. Come on, man. I'm saying, come on. He got knocked out by all kind of people. But, yeah, so exactly, you know what I'm saying? He lost to Tyson Fury 2 fights before. Anybody can do that, bro. Anybody can do that cornball argument, which is why I'm saying, no, man, you use that argument. I don't think you know boxing. I think you know box rec. That's what I think. Deontay Wilder's never fought a top 10 opponent in his life. He's never fought a top 10, even though he's never fought a top 10 opponent. He's the champion in the WBC and is defending the title for 4 times. Like 8 times at that point. But he had never fought a top 10 guy in the WBC? How is that even possible? No. I mean, he's never fought a top 10 box rec guy. What do you mean? He's never fought a top rec guy on box rec? He's not the box rec champion, idiot. He's the WBC champion, not the box rec champion. Anyway, Johnny Mack in that super chat, bro. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for the support, man. Let's ride on down here, bro. Nah, dude, I don't think you know your boxing, bro. No one is going off boxing rec. No, then how do you talk about who he beat if you're not going off box rec? Man, stop it. Who did he beat is a box rec argument. You want me to go to box rec and go tell you who he fought? Shut up. That's a box rec argument. Nobody's going off box rec. Yeah, it is. You're going off his record. You're going off of who he's fought and who he beat. Even though he's undefeated and he's knocked out everybody he fought, you want to say he's not fought anybody, so I don't know. Like, man, stop that crap, man. Seriously, man. You go into box rec. Of course I'm going to box rec when I'm defending a box rec argument, dummy. I will tell you, dummy, exactly when. I'm sorry. Sorry, babe. My wife gonna talk bad about me because I'm calling you names, man. I'm sorry, man. He's the box rec champion. Dude, that's a box rec argument that you're making. You're not telling me anything about Jaron Ennis. You're talking about who he's fighting and telling me that they are not B+ fighters. Much love in the super chat. As if Josh Taylor has fought anybody on a pound for pound list. Those are the A+ fighters. The pound for pound guys. Those are A+ level fighters. Pound for pound guys. Everybody else, B+ fighters. Okay? A players and B players. Anyway, Wilder, no ring IQ, skill, just knockout power. Right, exactly. No ring IQ, right? None. Just dumb as a board, right? Whatever, man. No ring IQ. Dude, the only guy that beat him is Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury got off the deck 4 times to do it. Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world by everybody's judgment. And Deontay Wilder put him on his behind 4 times. You got to figure out how to land a punch, bro. You got to be brave to get into the ring, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, everybody's garbage except for the best guy. So, yeah, that's why I don't believe you, bro. What's going on, bro? I didn't think you mess with me no more, bro. Antoine Russell's the only one that has the style to make him uncomfortable. What's going on, man? My man, John Page in the building, bro. Man, I saw that sparring tape. I didn't think you mess with me no more, John. I called you. You didn't return my call. I was like, man, I must have done something to John Page, man. What's going on with your brother? I hope you guys are doing well over there, man. But yeah, man, Gary Antoine Russell's a beast, man. That's who I want to see. Hey, man. Now that I got you here, man, y'all need to y'all need to have him call out. Y'all need to have him go call out Devin Haney, bro. I'm telling you, when Devin goes to 140, man, I need Gary Antoine Russell to get on the press for that fight, man. I need that fight, bro. I need a press for that fight, man. So, and only so I can hear a bunch of people giving me a bunch of excuses why the fight don't need to happen. James Dorsey said, why is Virgil Ortiz not in anyone's top 10 in the world? He is. He is. Virgil Ortiz is ranked in the top 10 by like everybody, I do believe. I'm pretty sure he's ranked by everybody, bro. Everybody. Anthony Bennett said, let's face it, them American fighters ever A+, but if they was betting, they would put their money on the American fighters. Let me say, so let's face it, to them, American fighters are never A+, but they put their money on them when it's time. You know what it is, man. It's a little bit of that, you know. You like Josh Taylor. I got you. You like Josh Taylor. And I'm telling you, man, I got Josh Taylor on my pound for pound list. I do. I know Josh Taylor's a very good fighter. I really do. He ain't beating Boots, bro. And you can say what you want, man. He ain't beating Boots, man. he ain't. But there's some guys in the NBA right now that know that they're losing their spots to some kid in high school. You know what I mean? Amani Bates is taking somebody's spot, man. It's just what it is. He's that good. Well, I haven't seen him play in Kentucky or at Memphis, but you get my point, bro. John Page said, Gary Antoine's the only one with the style to give Boots problems. Yeah, I got you, bro. I did it. John Page in the building. I put it up there for you, man. Josh Taylor, all right, but he'll beat Boots. Man, okay. I would love to see that one. I don't see it. I don't see that even kind of. But it is what it is. I had to lay into you a little bit, because I don't like them arguments, man. Thanks for the live boxing talk, Spider Rico. Hey, no worries, man. It's my pleasure, man. You know what it is. Ain't nothing really going on in boxing right now. So all you really can do is shoot, shoot the stuff, man. You know what I mean? JB said, Fanon, and while whooping Lipinets, Boots does not even sit on his stool during the breaks. That boy's cold. Yeah, hey, man, he'll be in a fight one of these days, though, now. He'll be in a fight one of these days. Gary Antoine stops. No, seriously, I want to see that fight. I would love to see that fight. I don't know if he stops him or not, but I would love to see that fight. I really would love to see that fight. I think that would be a great fight. And I'm not predicting a winner in it. I just think I would love to see that fight, bro. Good fight. Pugilism in the building said, damn, Miss Hitchens fight. Just caught the highlights. Good fighter there. 140 stacks. Oh, yeah, Matias being avoided also. Yeah, man, I haven't heard him in a minute, man. He been on that bench for a minute, hadn't he? Sportsman said Taylor won't go near Ennis. Nah, probably not, bro. Gary Antoine Russell is not stopping Devin. Yeah, man, I just think it'd be a good fight. I'm not even calling a winner on that. I just want to see the fight. Because I think that would be a good fight. I like Jaron. I mean, I'm telling you, I like Gary Antoine Russell. From what I've seen, man, that dude can fight. And he got pop, bro. He'll get you out of there. He's got fast hands. He's got pop. He's a very smart fighter. I like him. Tsunami F said, bro, he don't go past 3 rounds against trash cans. Of course, he's sitting down and he fighting someone that makes him sense. He's going to sit down. Man, come on, man. He gets the trash cans. Y'all don't like it, bro. Hey, man, I'm giving that man his flowers ahead of time, bro. I'm sold, bro. I'm telling you, I'm sold on Ennis. I'm sold on Ennis. Because he's getting him out of there. He ain't going, dude, he ain't going. Hey, those ain't fights that he's in. That's why I like him. They're not fights. Like, look, man. When you see Devin Haney, right? For example, we'll take Devin Haney. When you saw Devin Haney fight, who's good? Who's a good example? Mason Menard. Didn't he fight Mason Menard? No, not Mason Menard. Who did he fight? He fought. Let me go over here. Let me go to this record real quick. See, this is why I go to BoxRec, to remember who they fought. I only go there to remember the dates and the times, bro, because I don't remember all that stuff. Certain people got like traps, mental traps for that stuff. I ain't got no mental trap for that. But let's go. Who did he fight? Like, yeah, okay. So like Alfredo Santiago. Take out, and that's a unanimous decision. Or no, better yet, Yuriokis Gamboa. I think Yuriokis Gamboa is a very, very good example. Yuriokis Gamboa, when he fights Yuriokis Gamboa, and he went the distance with Yuriokis Gamboa, right? He had a good fight. He looked good in the fight. He beat Yuriokis Gamboa. It was not a close fight. Not a close fight. He won that fight, right? I would say Yuriokis Gamboa and Sergey Lipinets is about the same level of challenge between the two. And in fact, Sergey Lipinets may be a little bigger challenge for at welterweight than Yordanis Ugas Yuriokis Gamboa was at lightweight, right? Because he ain't been knocked out by a bunch of dudes, right? At this point in time, you kind of know that your dude is washed. Jaron Ennis did not fight that dude for a bunch of rounds, okay? You know what I mean? He didn't fight him out. He wasn't going. He didn't go the distance with him. He beat that dude like he didn't belong in the ring with him. That's what I mean. So like with Thomas Delorme is somebody I would say would be kind of like a Yordanis Ugas. He didn't spend rounds with him. He got that guy out of there like he didn't belong in the ring with him. The guys that he's fighting that are the B-level fighters or, the over-the-hill fighters, he makes them look just like what they are. Like they do not belong in the ring with him. And honestly, he's beating those guys, dude, just like Errol Spence Jr. would beat him. Like, I don't see Errol beating Sergey Lipinets any worse than Jaron Ennis beat him. That's the type of whooping that you should expect that Errol Spence Jr. to put on Sergey Lipinets. That's the type of beating a type of performance you'd expect Terence Crawford to put on versus Sergey Lipinets or Thomas Delorme. You know what I mean? You expect guys like that to put that type of performance on. So that's why I'm saying it was impressive to me. It's not necessarily who it was, but it was how he beat him. and the fact that he made it look like he didn't belong in the ring. Linwood Hall said, at Blake Irvin, both Russells would beat Haney. Find me for a friendly wager if they fight. Much love in that super chat, bro. And my man Thomas Davis said, Shakur versus Valdez, Shakur. Haney versus Kambosos, Haney. Bud versus Spence, Spence. Usyk versus Fury, I don't know. Leaning towards Fury, but don't lunch on Ugas. Wilder versus Ruiz, Wilder. Canelo versus Benavidez, Canelo, don't lunch on Benavidez. A lot of big fights that can happen in 2022. No doubt. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Absolutely, bro. And my man, you roll down here. Jeffrey Brooks in the building said, I know you had a great deal of concern that Spence was going to fight Ugas. Sure, you're relieved. I ain't concerned. For what? I knew it wasn't going to happen. Honestly, no concern at all. No concern at all. And on the real, I have more concern with Ennis in that fight than Errol. And I got concern, honestly, dude, I got concern with Errol versus Terence. I'd have concern for Terence against Boots. I like all three fighters, man. But I know that you guys don't like that now Boots got to fight, that Ennis, that Bud is free to fight Ennis. What you think? Ain't Bud free to fight Ennis now? In the time to go? You think it's about that time? About that time? About that time to get paid? What do you think about that, Jeffrey Brooks? You think Jaron is? You think it's time for Terence to fight him? Y'all don't like that, bro. Blake Irving said, I think you guys have recent bias versus Errol. Errol is by far the most schooled, technically savvy fighter in boxing. Every punch hurt. Much love in that super chat, bro. Cerise said, miss my super chat. Hold on one second. Hold on. I'll be right back on this. Man, I'm having fun with y'all, man. I can't wait for boxing to get back in groove, man. Because I'm telling you, man, conversations are fun when we got real fights going on. And when's the next real fight, man? Can somebody tell me when the next fight is? The next good fight? Sri said, look out our Bulls. Damn, they ball nice. Okay, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sarit 357 said, look at our Bulls. Dang, they ball nicely. Hey, man, I see him 17-10. Trust me, I'm looking. 17-10. I ain't trying to jinx it, though, bro. Hey, I ain't trying to jinx it. 17-10, I'll take it. Or maybe they won last night and they're 18-11, 18-10. Absolutely, man. I understand. I'm looking. Jeffrey Brooks in the building said, I said Spence, not Ugas. I said Ennis, not Ugas. Oh, I know what you said. I said, I know you're glad that Ennis. If I misspoke. Dude, I'm concerned for all fights. I get bubble guts on all fights, personally. I get bubble guts on all, because I like all those guys pretty much equally. No joke, bro. I like them all. I like Sean Porter, man. I like Keith Thurman. I like Terence Crawford. I like Errol Spence. I like Jaron Ennis. I like all those guys, man. I do. So really, it's always for me. But I will tell you though, I think Errol Spence is the best of them, and I've not seen anything to change my mind. But except for y'all, and y'all make me feel real comfortable when you keep talking about somebody getting aged out. You're like, man, these dudes. You just gonna age him out. You nervous about Bud getting old and slowing down. Yeah. Y'all getting nervous about Bud slowing down and losing that athleticism, bro. I got you. Jolly said, nah, you love Ennis, bro. I like Ennis. I'm telling you the truth. I like Ennis. As a fighter, I'm telling you what he's doing. I'm not talking about personally. I never met that dude. Jaron Ennis might be the biggest jackass in America. And for all I know, I have never met that guy. Errol Spence Jr. I've met, and Errol Spence Jr. is a very nice person. When you meet him, he's engaging, he's a nice person. That's my get. Now, he can be a little bit, sneak and snap a little something. I've seen him snap on people. But no, dude is a nice guy, man. He's a nice guy, friendly person. What's not to like about the guy? You know what I mean? I've met him. Bud doesn't seem like he's that nice a guy to me, to be honest, except for the kids. Like kids, I've seen him around kids, and he's very nice with kids, very nice with older ladies, all that stuff, you know. And I support the guy. Young Ricky says Spence has the most underrated defense in boxing. I agree, man. Definitely underrated, bro. But look, man, I got to get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat, man. Thank you guys so much for the support that you guys give, man. And we will be back. We'll be back tomorrow. He said, nah, Fanon's favorite fighter is Russell. Y'all better say nothing bad about Russell. That's not true. My favorite fighter in boxing is probably Guillermo Rigondeaux, man. Favorite fighter is probably Guillermo Rigondeaux. I got some other fighters that I like. Who else do I like? I like Adrian Brawner, bro. Gervonta Davis. Man, there's a bunch of guys that are pretty much right there, bro. I like Gervonta Davis a lot too, yeah. I do like Gervonta Davis. As a fighter, love Gervonta Davis, bro. But, dude, I like Lomachenko as a fighter too. I hate that he's so good. Anyway, but look, man, I got to get up out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. We'll check it out, y'all out tomorrow. And with that, I'm out. Peace.